From rock bottom to the bright lights, this is where redemption meets hustle. CEOs, entrepreneurs, creators, and comeback stories. This is real inspiration. Welcome to the GITT Up podcast with your host, Adam Larkin. It's not just a show, it's a movement. Now let's get it. Welcome to another episode of the GITT Up podcast. Today I'm sitting down with a fellow entrepreneur and actually a recovery story that traveled to us about from 7-8 hours away, all the way from Ohio. And we got Ty Howell. What's up, brother?
How's it going, my man? It's good to meet you finally.
Absolutely. Welcome to the show.
Well, I appreciate it, man. This place is amazing. Your crew's amazing. This is awesome.
So for the audience, where are you from and where'd you grow up?
I'm from Ohio. So I grew up in Cadiz, born in Wheeling, West Virginia, and my parents, pretty much my other grandparents, we all reside in Cadiz. Very small town, one stoplight, one grocery store, 2 banks. So we're getting somewhere. And since the oil boom started up a couple years back, we're getting a little bit more traffic through, like a Dunkin' Donuts now. So we're moving up in the world, Wendy's, McDonald's. So that's where I kind of grew up. It was very small.
What's like the population?
Oh, I don't need
A couple thousand?
couple thousand probably. That might be generous.
So probably technically like a village or a hamlet.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
village, yep. Because we have other villages around us too, like Hopedale, Scio, all those around, and we all go to the same high school.
It's not that far from like the Canton Football Hall of Fame, right?
No, it's maybe about 45 minutes to an hour away.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's everything's kind of close to you though. So even though you live in a small town, you got all your surroundings. So we're used to driving an hour to get somewhere.
Right.
It's not like we like it, but we'll do it. We're used to it.
Right.
So.
I mean, bro, I'm all over the place. If I'm not on a plane, I'm driving. So like, I actually live an hour from here.
Oh,
so
wow.
when we come to the studio and film, I drive an hour, and then when I go to the female treatment center, it's an hour the opposite direction. So everywhere I'm going, that's significant as far as where I need to be. And then the social media consulting I do is in Somerset, which is about 45 minutes away, and in Lexington, which is about an hour away.
Oh wow.
So everywhere's about an hour from me. I get it.
Yeah, you do get it. I mean, I don't think I've ever been to Lexington, Kentucky before. I've been to Knoxville, Kentucky for my
Tennessee.
I've been there, but I never like stepped in Kentucky. Ever.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
like ever stopped.
Well, yeah, because you're so far up in Ohio, you're way closer to like Pennsylvania, like
Yeah.
Erie, Pennsylvania, Youngstown,
Yep.
/ going into New York,
Pittsburgh.
Niagara Falls, Pittsburgh. Yeah, you're way on the other end.
Yeah, I've been to Niagara Falls once with my dad, so that was a pretty cool trip. But we don't like, even though my brother's the same way as I am, we've never been out of the country. The furthest we've probably been to is Florida. I did like one trip when I was little with a church group out west, but I don't remember much of it. But we don't really get out of the house a lot. Everything's kind of around you where you need it to be, so we don't like adventure out to go to Lexington or Nashville. That's like a vacation.
Right.
For us, yeah.
Nice.
But down here, I love it down here. It's awesome.
Well, hopefully you staying the night down here?
I don't know. It depends.
Okay. Well, maybe after I'll be able to bless you, because I actually got I'm going to Alaska tomorrow.
Oh, really?
So I actually got to go, of course, an hour from here north to go to Cincinnati, because I fly out of Cincinnati tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
But I got a friend that actually owes me, or I think I actually have a card in my wallet.
Uh-huh.
Not even joking. I'm actually doing it now so I don't forget about it. If you show this to the hotel,
You got to kid
there's
me.
a free room.
I
It's 12 minutes from here.
I can't do that.
Why can't you? I don't need it. I don't live in
I
Lexington.
know, but it's
Bro, trust me, it's been in my wallet for probably like a year. If you don't use it, it might expire.
I seriously appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is awesome. Because I told you I lost my job a while back in, I think, April now, I think. And the unemployment thing we have to go through is just a pain in the butt.
Right.
So, they might get you one week and they might forget about you. Then you have to do something else for them. But this is huge because I wasn't going to stay anywhere, just go straight up home.
Right.
But
well, and I drive so much, bro, especially like long distances, like I just went to New York, it's 13 and a half.
Wow.
My parents, they're in PA. It's about 10 from where I
Okay.
live. So I do those drives all the time. And sometimes it's nice to be able to drive 7, stay,
Right.
then drive another 7, which is your situation. So yeah,
Dude.
man,
definitely.
I appreciate this, man. Thank
Absolutely.
you. You're so cool, man.
So what? Sorry. So you're a kid.
Good.
You're in the small town. It's a village. So give me that. What's early childhood like?
Okay, so my parents are together. They still are. They've had their differences, but who doesn't? So I have a younger brother, Ian, and we grew up together on a dead-end street. Had a pretty cool childhood. A lot of kids grew up on that street too, so we were always doing something. The schools were very close as well, so we all went on the same school bus. So it was pretty, it was a pretty cool community. Didn't have to worry about much. Just get your homework done, do good in school, get good grades, or get decent grades. I had dyslexia, so I had like horrible time trying to learn. So everything was like
tough. Everything's like backwards, right?
Yeah. I'm 38, so like back then they really didn't know how to treat that as well as they do now.
They probably almost like possibly over medicated people instead of.
They probably could have, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was never medicated for dyslexia or any of. Like, I had ADHD too, probably, and all that stuff. I had anxiety and depression, but I didn't know that.
Right.
I felt.
Yeah, you're a kid. You know something's off, but you have no clue what it is.
Exactly, and all the other kids are having fun, so I'm just going to be like, I'm having fun, even though I'm feeling this. So, I get through school. School was okay. I wrestled, so it got me through school. I had a hard time making the grades half the time.
How old were you when you were wrestling? Like middle school?
But, yep. I started out in kindergarten. I started out in kindergarten. And then wrestled all the way through high school.
Oh, nice.
And then my brother did the same thing, and he was much better. He went to states.
Nice. My brother was a wrestler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way. That's awesome. It's a great sport.
Yeah, I've never done it in my life, but my older brother did wrestling all through high school.
It's a great sport, man. It teaches you a lot of things too, just discipline,
right?
Trying to lose weight and all. I did all that stuff. But yeah, my brother, after high school, he went to college at West Liberty on a wrestling scholarship. So he was, he did that at West Liberty, and after college, I didn't have any plans. Like when I was in high school, starting my junior year, I was working all summer. So that was I really wasn't planning on going to college. Just maybe get a job at my uncle's asphalt plant where my dad got me a job at, and I worked there for, I think it was my sophomore, junior, and senior year, or maybe just junior and senior.
So your uncle owns like a whole asphalt plant in Ohio?
Yeah, he owned he does it now. He retired it. But he owned it up until I graduated high school, in about 3 or 4 years after that. And then I went to college at JCC. So at this point, like, I'm drinking, because I don't want to, not say I'm not drinking. Like high school, I was drinking.
So how old were you when you started drinking?
Probably, I want to say end of my sophomore year, probably.
Okay. Did you just drinking, or were you smoking weed, experimenting with other stuff yet?
Right now, I'm just drinking.
Okay.
I'm experimenting with that. We would take
take us through that.
Well, I think the first time I got drunk with my buddies, like I said, like we have like a lot of farmland, like, so we all like to go camping. So my buddy stole booze out of his parents' liquor cabinet, and earlier in the day, we didn't want them seeing us, trying to get out there at, whatever. So when they weren't home, we went down and hid the liquor in a like groundhog hole or something, so they wouldn't see us. So later on that night, we're geared, we're ready to go, set up everything, we're drinking, having a good time, and I just remember that feeling of it just was like a warm blanket, like how I felt like when I was. It
changed all those emotions that you felt before, the uncomfortability, the self-esteem. Now I can, I'm the biggest, tallest guy in the room.
That's how it was. Really, that's how every high I've ever had was at. Like, it got me in places I never thought I could get into too. You know what I mean? Just have the confidence to do it and everything. But drinking was, it didn't matter what it was. I think we were drinking the nastiest stuff you can think of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just the leftover
like just
stuff.
Like cheap, like what the heck was that stuff? Like Crystal Palace vodka or something that like literally you smell it and you want to puke, not let alone drinking it.
Dude, and like we would have.
Did you ever have like those cheap like Boone's Farms?
Yes, Boone's Farms. Yeah.
Or OE 40s.
Yes.
Old English.
Oh, dude, those were nasty,
Or
man.
the double deuces, the 22s.
If you could finish those, you were good. In moonshine, we would make our own moonshine too.
Yeah, because the OEs was like malt liquor. So it was like, it was nasty.
Oh, it was awful. But
when you're a teenager and you're,
just
you know,
drank it.
7, 6, 5 years under the age you can get alcohol, you're just going to take what you can get.
Oh, absolutely. That's we didn't even know what it was even called half the time. We would just, you know, sling it down. So we figured out we liked this, and we were doing this as much as we could, as much as we, you know, I was a wrestler too. So out of, I don't know, when wrestling would start up, let's say December and go until, I don't know, March or something like that. It's a long season, but I would never drink, you know what I mean, during that time.
Right.
Maybe once in a while.
So you still stayed disciplined enough to the training regimen, and you know what I mean, like trying to, you know, do it as least as possible to stay in the best shape to compete.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't fool your coach.
Right.
You know, we tried a couple times, but he knew he could smell it.
Right.
But so that, you know, that takes me through high school. We're partying a little bit here and there, wrestling. I have no clue what I want to do afterwards. It's my parents like asked me maybe once, and I said I'm not going to college. So that was like, all right. So I think it was a summer. My graduation party was pretty crazy. So that's, you know, now we're turning it up a little bit. Now we got people, you know, probably smoking weed. I know I smoked a little bit in college, high school a little bit. Here and there, I didn't smoke a lot of it.
Right.
You know, first of all, it was hard to get. You had to know somebody older. And second of all, I only had so much time I can do it.
They weren't growing it like crazy in Ohio.
No,
Right.
no, I wish. No, at that time I did. But I got introduced to alcohol and marijuana in high school.
Okay.
That's where the introduction started right there. And I liked both of them a lot.
Right.
But my parents were completely against it.
Right.
You know, my dad, my mom didn't really care much about the alcohol as long as you drank at the house, you know. Now they'll probably say we should have never done it at all, but it is what it is. So we're getting to the point where I'm getting ready to graduate, and I get a phone call from a buddy of mine, and he's like, hey, dude, I'm going to college at JCC. Let's go. I'm like, what? Like, you're calling me to go to college with you? He's like, yeah, it'll be fun. It's like community college, right, you know, next town down, about 40 minutes away. Let's do it. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to college. So I had the money to do it because I'd been working all summer. So I told my parents I'm going to JCC. I'm going to go for like public, like teaching or something like that, or I have no idea. Mm-hmm. So I get there. My first year, I do really well. You know, I'm still drinking, still smoking weed with some of the guys there, but nothing else yet. So the first year I did really well. I got the good grades. I surprised myself. And then the second year comes around, and now I'm trying to figure out like where's my exit to your college.
Right.
And I don't have any other idea where I want to go. But
so you're in a community college trying to figure out where to transition for junior and senior year.
Exactly.
Right.
So that year, the last year I was there, I remember finals were coming up, and I was nervous because, you know, I had anxiety, depression really bad. Even through wrestling, I knew it. You know, whenever the lights are on top of you and everybody's cheering for you, and you're out there on the mat by yourself, like that would give me extreme anxiety. Like I was like almost not even there, like out of a body experience. That's how bad it could get for me. But I didn't know what it was, so I was like, all right, whatever, just deal with it, dude. So now we're in college, and I'm dealing with this stuff. And this time, one of my friends notices and is like, hey, you know, you look like you're, you know, sweating bullets over there. What's up? Well, this big test, it means a lot. I got to get a good grade. She goes, don't worry about that. She goes, take this. And she slings me over. I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was a Vicodin.
Okay. So you were sweating bullets just from like natural anxiety. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, here, this will help. Yeah, this will help you.
It's like, here, dude, you need to calm down.
Eat this Vicodin.
Yeah, you'll feel a heck of a lot better.
Do you remember what milligram it was?
5.
Okay.
500.
But still, when you've never taken anything, it's like, that's a lot.
That's a lot, especially because I was skinny too.
So
and
you just rocked it?
I just rocked it, man.
And what happened?
I sat down. I said, you know, how much longer is this? When am I going to start feeling it? And she goes, when we go and take the test, you'll be feeling it. So I literally stood up, walked into that classroom, and just like a light bulb went off, just like that. And it was just like,
did it make you like too foggy, or did it actually help you concentrate?
Help me concentrate.
Okay.
It helped like my confidence.
Right.
Like, I've been studying for this thing.
No anxiety. Now you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Dude, making jokes in the class, being a class clown. Now I'm a completely different person.
Right.
So, but I'm loving it because I have no anxiety at all.
Right.
So I was in there. I rocked the test. I came back out, and I remember I asked her, I was like, "Do you have any more of those?" And she goes, "No, I don't." And I'm like, "Oh, well, crap." So I went back home, and I'm still kind of high, still kind of feeling it. I'm like, how am I going to get more of this stuff? So the next day I go back to college.
So you liked it that much right off the rip? You were like, I definitely want a surplus.
Dude, I was heading back there now. Like, I didn't care if I had any classes to go to. I needed to find somebody that had them.
Right.
So at that point, I'm like just asking people, like, because I've been there for a year. I know everybody. I think I do. I might be able to find somebody that can get me more.
Especially at a college.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm downstairs where we're all playing pool, eating, whatever. And I literally just start going up to people and asking them, like, hey, where I can find Vicodin? You know where I can find Vicodin? And everybody's like, no. And I finally found somebody, and they're like, I can get you some. I'm like, oh, cool. So, like, how many are we talking? She goes, how much money do you have? I'm like, well, come on now.
How much are they?
Yeah, how much are they? First of all, I'm not rich. So I made a deal with her, and we ended up doing it. So she had to, I never asked her how many they had,
how many did you end up
how they gotten. I would get, at that time, I was getting 10.
10?
10.
How much were you paying?
I think $10 for each. So $10 a pop.
100 for 10 Vicodins?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was robbing you blind. She loved you.
It was
like a 50-cent pill for $10 a piece.
I had no clue.
Right. Yeah, and to you it was worth it because you're like $100. This is literally like changing my whole life as far as now I'm not fearful. I don't have anxiety.
In a while, I would get once in a while she'd give me a deal. You know what I mean? But that's how it is in Ohio, man. It's always...
Well, especially like you're saying in that small of a town, that far away, it's like, I get it.
You're going to try.
Like, drug prices in California and New York versus anywhere in the center of the country is night and day.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Like stuff that would be, $2,000 here would be maybe like $200 in New York.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, crazy. You got to think California and New York, you got the ports, the oceans, everything coming in from different countries.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not a good thing.
No,
I'm just saying
that's
way cheaper on the coast, either coast to get drugs.
Wow. Never would have thought of that.
For the audience, I'm not at all glorifying that. You know that. You know my story. I'm totally against that. But it's a fact.
Yeah.
Drugs are a lot cheaper.
Same with me, not
it makes sense. You got 9 million people in a city. You got 2,000 people in a city. Where do you think stuff's going to be cheaper?
Exactly. No, they got a point there. And that's, just kind of shows you like the, what it is on, like over where you are, it's that much, and over here we're used to that. And that would probably get me through maybe 3 or 4 days,
Okay.
Because
So you're eating probably like 3 a day?
3 a day, yeah.
Are you doing 3 at one time and just being lit, or are you doing like one and then 6 hours later doing one, 6 hours later? Okay.
Well, I think, first of all, I was snorting them. I started snorting them at first.
Oh.
And that's how I was getting
hurt.
Oh, dude, that was awful. It would start getting cloggy, like your nose would get all clogged up. But that's the fastest way I knew how to do it. So I would just, but after the 10, there's no way I'm going to be able to snort 20, what I mean? So I had to just start taking them orally.
Right.
But when I was snorting them, it was from 1 to about 10, and I could get that pretty much. But then after my tolerance started going up higher and higher, and I didn't even notice it was going up that high.
Right.
But it would go from 10 to 15 to 20, you know what I mean? And then you're just sitting there like, I don't know what to do now. I'm buying way too much stuff.
Right.
And then that's when I found out about Percocets. And you can get Percocets. They're, pretty sure that's the Tylenol outright. It's just all pure codeine.
Yeah, so what like Percocets are, it's actually oxycodone.
That's right.
So it's like an Oxycontin with like a cut. So it's like not as much, it's like, but it's higher than any hydro and lower than any oxy.
So that's why they're so
Percocets
powerful.
are oxycodones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those rocked my world.
They're just not the Contins, but they're still powerful.
And that's when I started back to snorting them because I didn't have to do too many. So now I'm introduced to Vicodin. Now I'm doing oxys and perks now. So we're like, I'm not really thinking I'm addicted. Like, I don't really think that right now. Like, I just think like,
because it hasn't been long enough that you're not like, hey, it's been a year and I haven't took one day off.
Exactly.
Like, you're not thinking that way yet.
Exactly.
Right. And usually it takes years to even think like that.
Yeah.
Like usually, like for me, it was like, wow, I've done this for 6 years and I haven't missed a day. Maybe I got a serious problem. And then still just like, it's that much powerful because when you're in it, you don't realize like what's going on. And it's like, you don't have a choice.
No, you don't.
Like when I'm like deep in, my opiate, benzo addiction, I got no choice. Like this is what I'm doing. This is my fate. This is all I care about. It's my first and last priority. Today, I have a choice.
Yeah,
I walk out that door, Ty, and I get high. It's 100% my choice. I'm not a victim. I'm an idiot.
Yes.
I made a bad choice because I know a solution. When I was in it, I didn't know any solution because I was literally in it.
Yeah. You explained it perfectly. That's exactly how I felt. I felt like I just found this new drug that
makes me feel great.
Makes me feel great.
I'm in college. I'm like doing what I'm supposed to do for someone my age. It's not like you're like, 30 and you don't even have your GED and you're like out like shooting people.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 19, 20 experimenting in college with other college students.
Yeah, and I'm paying for this habit myself. You know what I mean? Not glorifying it at all, but I'm just saying to me that's how I felt.
Right.
So
it takes a while sometimes to get bad.
My parents still had no clue though either, and I have a very close family.
So this is still before you found the transition point. So this is year 2, sophomore at JCC.
Yes. This is year 2 at JCC.
Okay. Still getting money like from student loans, parents. Is that how you're paying for all the pills?
Yep. Okay. And a little bit of work. At the asphalt
working part
plant.
time.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of I have enough money to get what I want without my parents noticing their bank accounts going down.
Right.
So I knew I was in a good place. We just can't get any more than what we're getting now. So as in like the drugs,
Right.
So
I didn't know I was in a horrible place. I knew I was in a good place as far as not getting caught.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You just don't want to get caught.
Right.
For God's sakes, don't get caught. So now I have friends that live at they're up at Kent State University. And one of them's in a frat, and the other one's thinking about joining. And I've been going up there every weekend since I've been going to JCC. And so I kind of know my path. I'm going to go up to Kent. So I apply for Kent and get it, and I go up there with my 2 friends. We get a what was it? A double. I can't even think. It was a one of the mobile homes.
Oh, a modular?
Modular.
Okay.
Like two of those
double wide?
Together, double wide put together.
Yeah.
And it was like, a castle to us. We loved it.
Right.
We all had our own bedrooms. We were all happy. We had like a nice space there, playing video games. Since I've been going up there, I started getting to know the people up there too, so I knew where to find stuff if I needed it.
So when is this, like 2006?
I graduated in 2007. So
it was a good guess, though, right?
Yeah, really. What the?
Well, I just know how old you said how old you were, and I just added 6 years and got close.
You're smarter than me, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I bet.
I know basic arithmetic.
You pretty much got spot on. Yeah, I graduated in 2007. So that would put me in JCC at 2008, 2009. Yeah, so we're going up to Kent. I don't know why I'm going up. Honestly,
now, is Kent in Indiana?
It's in
or is
Ohio.
that Ohio?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Kent
Close
State.
to Sandusky.
Oh, okay. Isn't
that
Callahan brake pads?
Yes.
Yes, like Tommy Boy. Sandusky.
Yes, Tommy Boys.
Yes. Tommy Boy.
Great movie, man. We claimed that.
Every time I hear the word Sandusky, I'm like, Tommy Boy! Come here, Tommy Boy!
Oh, dude, that movie is awesome. I love that movie.
Dude, he was one of the best.
He really
one of the best actors ever.
I would love to see what he could have done.
And he had a horrible.
He did.
He suffered from what we suffer from.
Oh my gosh, did he ever?
And imagine getting that kind of fame, that kind of fortune, and having like that much responsibility on you, and still being that addicted.
Yeah,
like you got to perform, and you're like that performing.
You got to
not let alone like you have that much money.
Yeah,
so you can get the best of the best anytime. Everybody's your yes man. No one's ever gonna like hold you accountable.
Exactly.
Chris Farley, whatever you want, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a speeding, ticking time bomb. That dude. Yeah. It's sad because I think he had a lot of anxiety too. I watched one of his documentaries.
He did.
And he had a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. And he actually thought like he wasn't like funny and wasn't like, you know, like some of the people that are like the best of the best at what they do, like think they're like not that good at what they do.
Yeah.
They're just like faking it.
Exactly. They don't think they belong there.
Right.
And that's insane just because
when you're a legend.
Yeah. I mean,
well, it was the same way with John Belushi. He was on Saturday Night Live the first year, 75, and they were all friends on like Second City before they went to Saturday Night Live. John Belushi, same age, same way he died, same like literally Chris Farley emulated John Belushi. They both died same age, same way, speedball, heroin, and coke in IV.
That's crazy.
In hotel rooms.
But they say that comedians could be they are very depressed people, can be. Anxiety and depressed people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I watch a lot of podcasts.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Dude talks all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, dude, I was like the most unhappy person. He's like, the best character I play is Jim Carrey.
Wow.
What you see every day is my character. When I'm on set, then I can actually like fake something.
Wow. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So like he hates Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But, like he liked his characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like how does that happen? That's wild.
I don't know.
I feel bad. I just feel bad for those people that go through all that and just don't have any people to say, hey, you got to hold yourself accountable, you know. And even if you do relapse, you know, I've done it many times. You still have that person to say, hey, it's getting bad again. Let's go.
So take us back to that. So sorry, you got me. I just heard Sandusky and got all excited.
I do too. I got ADHD.
Callahan brake pads.
I love that movie.
I always think of Dan Aykroyd in the elevator with him, and he's like pitching him. You smell a little bit like pine, son.
He really rubbed that all over his stuff. I love it.
What? You're at Kent State. What's going on now?
So I'm at Kent State. I'm going for public relations this time. So my dream is to get out to California. I had a guy out there that I knew real well. He was still is, I think, in Tenacious D band with Kyle Gass and Jack Black.
I was gonna say, I'm like, wasn't Tenacious D like a Jack Black movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny.
Yeah, nice.
He grew up. Actually, his grandparents grew up in Cadiz, and my grandparents and his grandparents were very close, and they both had big families. So my family and his family were real big, and we all kind of grew up with each other. And then I didn't know him that well, but like I do know him, and he's a really good guy, really great guy. So nice. I was gonna. He just said, "Get your degree and come on out." But I didn't, you know, getting a degree was going to be the hard part.
Right.
So.
Well, on opiates.
Yeah, on opiates, right. And not having any clue when you're going to come off of them.
Right.
So now
so how's that progressing? So what are you doing now? You still doing Percocets?
Yep.
Okay.
Because now we're at, I call it like a bigger pharmacy now because now we have more people. It's a bigger college, so you can get anything you want to.
Right.
So I was going with, if I had to, I would get Vicodin. So that's how I looked at it. I wanted the OxyContin and the Percocets. That's what I wanted. And like the big, 20
okay,
to
so
30s.
you did graduate to OxyContins. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're doing the pink 20s, mm-hmm. yellow 40s, all those?
Oh, yeah. The 30s were my best.
Right. The Roxys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Little baby blue Roxycodons.
Yep. Those are those.
Yep.
I had those by the handful if I can get them. So
that had to be expensive out there.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
But probably surprisingly around the same price you were getting robbed for those hydros back in the day, weren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah, because now you're at a way bigger college.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Bigger places, cheaper stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really wasn't, that much money, really, because I supplied it pretty much all myself. Once in a while, I would, find money for my parents or something like that. But most of the time, it was, I was smoking a lot of weed up there because we had the best of the best up there. And, the Roxys. That's what I was pretty much doing, just snorting those and getting high all day long. I went to class a couple times, I will say that, when I had to. But most of the time, it was just a big old party up there. And going to the frats, going there, and they wanted me to join. And I was like, well, I still had that anxiety. Every time I would get sober, I would still get that anxiety that, maybe I should just go home.
Right. So during all this, you started to have periods of not taking them for enough time to be sober?
Yeah,
and actually, did you DT like a few times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were these DTs taken by this point?
About
like a week?
I would go a week, yeah.
Okay.
Because if I didn't have enough, if I couldn't find anybody.
Just because running out, like either money wise or actual like somebody didn't have them?
Exactly.
It wasn't like I'm tired of this, I want to get sober.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty much I couldn't find them anymore.
Right.
But I had a connection through a person that knew one of the bigger drug dealers down actually close to Caddis. So I was like, bigger than what I can find up here? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, give me his number, and I'll take you down there. I'm like, but this is going to be a long drive, So we decided that we were going to do this. So I was going to meet my first drug dealer. So I was scared to death. It was a long trip to think about it, because we're going down past Caddis, wherever. And we're sitting in a driveway, and this person goes out and meets this person and tells me to sit in the car. Well, I don't really want to sit in the car because I want to meet this person too. So I'm an idiot. So I walk in there and open up the door.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And he wasn't too happy with me.
Right.
So strip search, all that stuff. I'm lucky I didn't get a gun put to my head.
Right.
But that actually does happen later in the story. But so I meet him. We become friends. He gives me his number. Didn't ask for it. And he said, anytime you need something, come on down. I'm like, all right.
You
cool.
talking about the one whose house that you walked into?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got lucky on that one.
Yeah, I did.
If anything, the friend was probably pissed because he was probably the middleman trying to make money off you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just went straight to the guy.
Right.
And it worked out to my benefit pretty well. So I was coming. I mean, like I wasn't really in a frat, so I could go home whenever I wanted to. So if there's a weekend coming up or nothing was going on, now I had an excuse coming back home.
Right.
Because now my drug dealer's back home. So now I'm coming back home more. So I would swing by his place, get my stuff, and go up home. And I was at Kent for 6 months, or I think it was a year, because this was such a long time ago. I think I did try to go for a year, but I knew I was flunking out.
Right.
So that's back in my head. Everybody's trying to get me to stay, trying to get my grades back up. I'm trying to get different grades. Trying to get different classes to stay in.
Right.
So we're taking Adderall at night, just try to rearrange my schedule around just so I can stay in college.
Right.
So it gets me a couple more, maybe another semester.
So now you added speed into the equation. So
Yep.
you're taking Adderalls to stay up and opiates
Yep.
to come down and starting to regulate how you wake and go to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm staying up for 3 nights straight trying to get stuff done. It's getting ridiculous. I'm still taking everything.
So messed up that you're not realizing you're getting nothing done because you're on drugs.
Exactly.
Because if you were sober, you'd be crushing classes.
Oh, dude, I would have been.
Right.
Especially in that job. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
what I love doing now, I would have crushed it back then. But that didn't happen. So I figure out, like, I see my grades, my parents aren't. I'm flunking. This isn't good. How am I going to tell them? And am I going to go anywhere? Where else could I go at this point to college? So I go home, get my dealer, and well, actually, let me back it up a little bit. So I got to figure out how this even worked out, because I actually got caught and told my parents I was going to.
Caught by your parents or by the police?
By my parents.
Okay.
So I pretty much came home. I got a phone call from my now sister-in-law, and she said, "Ty, I see what's been going on. I know what you're doing. Like, you need to tell your mom and dad you're on drugs."
Right.
I'm like, no. And her dad was a narcotics cop too.
Right.
So I was around him
I'm
a
not
lot.
telling a narc what I'm doing. Thanks, though.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh man, like I was such an idiot back then. I just thought I was bulletproof. So he notices, and then my brother's now wife tells me I have to go tell my parents. I don't want to. So, I'm high anyway. So what's the matter?
So you had your first accountability, and obviously you weren't looking forward to it.
No,
So what
it wasn't
happened?
my plan.
Right.
I go home. I literally get off the phone with her. My mom's upstairs watching a movie. She's having a good day. She has no idea what I'm about to drop on her.
Right.
So I walk in there and I say, "Mom, I'm on drugs. I'm addicted to drugs," and she kind of gives me that look. And she was a nurse for 15 years.
And probably couldn't believe that she missed it. Is
Yeah.
what she was looking at. Like, I don't
Exactly.
want to see my own son as
Yeah.
that, so I don't even think about it.
Exactly.
Because it's not possible.
And I was really good at hiding it up
Right.
until now. I was really good at hiding it. I could work on them. I can do anything on drug. I don't want to say anything on. I'm not saying that, but I could get by.
You could still hide it.
Yeah, I could still hide it very
Right.
well. Not. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. But so she's like, all right, well, we got to get a drug test. I don't even think she could put words together at that time. You know what I mean? She's just spitting out something. And I'm just like, oh, my God. And she's like, we got to tell your father. And that's the worst one you got to tell because, he doesn't understand that world. My mom somewhat does because of being a nurse. So, I get him in the house and we all have a family meeting. And I tell everybody, like, hey, I'm on drugs and,
So you gave them, like, your own intervention?
Kind of, yeah. I kind of told them, like, I was on drugs.
That's cool.
But the thing of it was, though, they're like, we didn't know what to do. So my mom did give me a pretty good slap around the face.
So what year is this? 2008?
This is 2000, yeah. I believe 2008, 9, around there.
Okay.
And my mom slaps me, which I deserve every bit of it.
Still not even close to like treatment centers like there are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so my mom's like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "I'm not going to rehab. I'm not ready yet." And she goes, "Well,
but they did want you to go.
They did want me to go. They
Okay.
did bring it up."
Were they trying to send you like out of state, or where were they trying to send you?
We were trying to look for places in state because
Okay.
we didn't really know how to tackle this thing head on. We only had one friend that went through it with her son. And he made it out, but we were afraid to even admit that I was an addict,
Right.
Because, my grandpa's really known around. My grandpa was very known around Cadiz. Started his own company back in the day, State of Communications, Motorola. It's not here anymore. They sold it. But my grandparents were very well known. My parents were liked. We didn't want this story breaking in a small village. So I'm not saying this is what they were thinking, but they didn't push it, you know what I mean? But then again, I wouldn't have gone. I'm not going to go, You can't make me go.
Right.
So they made me stay home for a week from school. They knew I was flunking out anyways. So,
Right.
you're staying home from a week to get recovery, and that's what I did. So I stayed home for a week, got recovery, went back up to Kent, and I think I was sober for a little while. But that's when I found the spice, like the secret, like the smoke spice that doesn't come up on drugs,
Right.
drug test. So I started getting
Which is crazy. That stuff is like speeds you up and squirrel you out, and it's like
Yes.
actually it's supposed to be like weed, and it's like nothing like weed.
Dude, it's nothing like it.
It's like crazy.
It's insane. Like that. I used to get that in that gas station speedball stuff, that white stuff that you used to snort. It was a long time ago. We used to do that stuff too. It was like a speedball, but legal. So all this stuff you can get at head shops. So I was getting a spice at head shops wherever I could find it, and it didn't come.
And
up
that's
on
when
drug tests.
that's when I remember it being in like every bodega everywhere in New York was
It was
2009, 2010. Because I remember my buddy was at
Absolutely.
he was a scientist at the Albany College of Pharmacy, and like right down the road, I would stay, hang out with him a lot and stuff, and then I would go over to that store and buy a pack of cigarettes. And then they'd have all those different spices in the thing. I was like, what the heck?
And probably Cram too at that time.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I'd never even heard of Kratom until Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
They don't
man.
even know what it is, I don't think, on the East Coast. I mean, they might
Seriously?
now,
Wow.
but
Cram's huge right now. I mean, it's what everybody's
like
into.
like when I was in Boston, I was talking about it, and they were like, oh, we never even heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, and this was like a couple months ago.
In 2012, I found a bag. I think somehow I got a pill of Kratom, and I took it, and it didn't do nothing to me. So I did. I was like, I'm not interested. If it's not going to get me high, I don't want to take it.
Right.
So, but that's, Kratom is getting pretty bad. I'll tell you.
So you never went to the rehab?
No, never went to rehab.
So what was their solution? Just
Stay home.
literally detox here?
Detox here. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like crap. Sorry about that. But we're going to make you sweat it out.
Right.
And work. So I worked with my dad outside, sweated it out for a week, went back up to college. I actually felt kind of good sober. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie.
Right.
But I'm an
Yeah, we
addict.
get all the stuff out of us physically.
Yeah.
We start feeling good.
Yeah, we do.
It's
We
just
feel alive.
it's just can we actually stay there mentally?
Yeah, can we do it for a couple more
And
days?
the main thing, which most people don't get, that sadly die or are still in addiction, is can we catch the spiritual aspect of the program?
Exactly. And that was the hardest thing for me
Right.
to do. The hardest. And it's the first thing. So, but anyways, sorry, I got sometimes you got to bring me back on track as I'm ADHD.
Oh, you know me, man. I'll redirect you. So you sweat it all out. You got about a week and a half. You're working. You're feeling good, but you still ain't right. So you're probably going to get high again, sadly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sadly, because I was still feeling anxiety, and it's coming on even more because I've suppressed my serotonin levels so much for so long. My brain's not making them anymore as much.
Well, it's super low.
Yes, super low. And I'm like, and I didn't know that.
Right.
But I'm just like, maybe just get more drugs, I'll feel better after I just got done getting clean. So I went and found Spice because I knew I was going to start getting drug tested more.
Right.
So I stuck with that, and I cut the weed out for a while. I mean, I definitely cut the weed out. So I was just on Spice, and once in a while I would take a painkiller if I knew they were going to come up. So if I could find out if they're coming up.
Right. So now you're just trying to manipulate the test.
So
you're getting tested by your own family.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, at least you actually had a family trying to hold you accountable. Dude, they just didn't know this dude probably needs to go to rehab for months.
I got an amazing family. I love them to death, even though we have our differences.
Right.
But they're really cool. Because if it wasn't for them, I would have been out on the streets.
Right.
Really. And I deserve to be out on the streets. But my family just, that's how they wanted to take care of the situation.
Right.
Not kicking me out. I got close, but all right. So where were we at?
You were faking.
Oh yeah.
You were trying to cheat the drug test, so you're doing Spice, and now you're doing opiates when you can, and trying to miss the next window.
Exactly. So now I still got to get through this semester because I'm coming back home. You know what I mean? So I finish up the semester. I tell my friends bye, you know what I mean? One of my friends actually follows me down, and we go to West Liberty. So now we're going to go to West Liberty, and my brother's there. He already paved the way for me to know some people. I've secretly been going down there to party with them on weekends. So you're seeing a trend. If I don't like being somewhere, I'll go home and go up to other college to go see what it's like.
Right.
And my brother was up there, so I knew I'd like it. We're best friends. So come back home. My parents love the idea. He can watch me, even though I'm older. So I head up there, and I stay with him. And I was up there for 2 years. I think I was going for teaching at this time. It doesn't matter how long I stayed because I failed out anyways. Same old thing. Get sober for a little bit, then find the drugs.
Right.
Then all of it implodes.
So how long was this a repetitive pattern? When did you actually go to treatment and it stuck, or how did you actually get sober?
So in 2018, I was at a job. So now college is done. I've already been to my first major job. Didn't offer insurance up until the time I was like 8, whatever. So then I had to find another job where I was at a cool company, above ground cool company for a while. And then I was there for 6 months. They laid off. So then I found another job. It's called Novellus. I probably shouldn't say that, but it's Novellus. That's where I got fired from. I was up there for 15 years, and I was, doing drugs too, here and there. But I moved up to Denison, moved up there. 2018, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I switched from pills because I really wanted to take a stance on this, but I don't want to go to rehab. So I go from pills to kratom.
Okay.
So I did my research, and I figured out a lot of people were doing this.
In your logic, you're like, well, that'll be a better thing, and at least it's natural. It's a plant. It's from Thailand. It'll be a better option.
Exactly,
right.
And it's easier to get. I can get it anytime I want to, and it's cheaper. It's like $25 a bag. But the problem was, out of all of this drug addiction, collectively put together, my tolerance is insane.
Right.
So I'm taking about 45 to 50 pills twice a day just to stay high.
Right.
And I wish that wasn't a real number, but it was. So the kratom stuff, I started dumping it in water, drinking it. So I started doing that until my body started
build tolerance.
Yeah, exactly. So then I take more and more, and then my body's actually starting to reject it. So I'm starting to get sick from it.
Right. Your body's like, yo, this is poison. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop taking this.
You're taking way too much of this stuff. No wonder you're fat, So I got to the point where I couldn't take all the pill. I couldn't drink it anymore, so I had to take the pill form. And I didn't even know they had a pill form until I saw it on the racks. So I'm starting to take this stuff with the pills, 50 twice a day. I'm feeling like crap. I'm gaining weight. I'm sluggish. This has been going on since I was 19.
Right.
This is awful. So at 30 years old, I have a new girlfriend now, and everything's going great. She knows about my addiction, and we try to get married. We go down to Florida. She has 2 kids of her own.
She's cool with you, just rocking tons of kratom?
Well,
is she doing stuff with you?
No, but I kind of kept it from her.
Okay.
For a while.
Right.
And
so she wasn't cool with it.
No,
you were
she
just
wasn't.
manipulating the situation.
Yeah, because there for a while I broke my ankle too, and I was prescribed tramadol for it.
Right.
So
there's another excuse.
Yeah.
My ankle now permanently hurts.
And then once the tramadol ran out, I got off the black market.
Right.
So who knows what I was taking then, but I was taking it, and it's just my whole life was from 19 is just pills, pills, pills.
Right.
I didn't know anything else.
And then how old were you when you actually finally got sober?
At 30 years old, I was at work. I got a phone call from Jen. We just got back from Florida, and she says, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, oh. And we've been trying for a baby too, so it's not like we didn't want this. But, I'm still high. I'm still an addict. So I said, that is amazing. I'm so happy, but I'm still an addict. So I didn't give her that expression of like, yes, we finally did it. We have a child together. It was more of like, oh, crap, I need to get sober, and she knew it. So I called my mom, and I said, hey, listen, I'm going to be a dad, which is good news, but I'm still using. And she was like, I know you've been using. She's like, what am I going to do? You're in your 30s. She goes, what do you want to do? I said, I want to get sober. So she was like, I'll make a few phone calls. So with her being in the medical field,
right,
she knew people.
Right.
So my first day was all right. So I have to say this part too. So I'm still working at the time. So we're a union. I had to go in there and tell them I'm an addict. I've been an addict and I need to get help. So I had a union representative come with me, and they were really cool. They gave me as much time off as I needed.
Right.
So I went to my first day. Was at a hospital. It was for, I think, 7 days.
It's like a detox.
So, just a detox only.
Okay. And did they send you from detox to rehab?
We didn't even know about residential.
They just literally sent you from detox home again? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and we had a doctor too, and he would come and monitor us all the time to make sure everything was okay.
And this is 8 years ago? So this is like 2019 or?
Yeah, I believe,
And they literally, wow.
Yeah, because my daughter was
by
born
2019, there's rehabs galore. Because that's when I went to the first and the last time I ever went to rehab was in 2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we never knew about residential treatment. We just knew about detox.
Right.
And
it depends where you are too.
Yeah.
In the country.
We didn't have much. We didn't have much choice because we really didn't know about any, and we didn't want to tell everybody. We wanted to still kind of keep this quiet.
So you did the detox, you went home, and then how many years from 30 till you actually finally got it? Because I want to plug all the stuff you're doing now too.
Right. I relapsed about a week later.
Right. Which I don't see how you couldn't. I mean, nobody after a 7-day detox, you're still sick. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm golden and life's great. You need some time.
You need a lot of time.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that.
Right.
So then I did my research, and we ended up going down to Cornerstone, Tennessee. You've just next state down. Great place. I did the detox there. I learned a lot more. Did the residential too.
How long was that?
Altogether, it was 37 days.
Okay.
So 7 days of detox.
So you had 44 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That place was amazing. I felt great. I came back home like a new man. I lasted.
How long did you stay sober in that stint?
Oh God, what was it? Think about maybe a month.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, a month. It was exactly a month. Yep.
And then you were in addiction for another few years, and then finally got it. So what was what was the epiphany? What was the treatment center? What was the final? All right.
ORAC.
Okay.
I went there. That was my last treatment facility. How
long ago was that?
That was That was a while ago. 22 was when Hayden was born, so probably 2023
Okay.
or 22, around
So
there.
you got, and you told me what, you got 2 years sober?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because because my daughter, this was such a long time ago, that's why I'm trying to think. About 2 or 3 years. So yeah, after ORC.
Well, congrats, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I appreciate
to actually put together multiple years after a run like we had, that's not easy,
dude,
bro.
I don't even, like, it's so hard to explain to people because everybody else goes through stuff too. I get that.
Right.
You know, but when people look at us, I don't feel like they see that.
Right.
You know, I feel like they see like a homeless person or somebody isn't worth it or whatever.
Right.
You know, we all are.
But I find that us are the best at doing that, especially once we get into the field and then we actually like get our sobriety and get the degrees and the credentials and stuff. Like literally, like all the people I know, I'm getting my master's degree right now.
Oh, wow.
The people that I know, owning treatment centers, licensed therapists with master's degrees, doctors, all the ones, the best that are actually helping other people in addiction are the ones that are sober.
Exactly.
That actually were in it. Because for me personally, I'm that hard-headed individual.
Me too.
Where I went to treatment. Cool, you're a doctor, you got 15 degrees. You ever been dope sick? Nope. I don't care what you have to say. I don't even want to talk to you. But the doctors and the therapists at the place that I went to, all were in long-term recovery.
See,
all had
amazing.
like a decade of sobriety, 6, 5, 7 years,
That's
10,
how it
20
should be.
years, and very relatable experience. And you know what I mean? Like I was in a fatal car accident. That's how I got an addiction.
Oh, wow.
My therapist was in a fatal motorcycle accident.
Really?
He was an opiate and a benzo addict. Mine was opiate and benzo. So it's like, that's how God works.
Yeah,
so it's like, if I didn't have him as a therapist,
right,
I probably would have went to 50 treatment centers or be dead.
Oh, you would have, because that's what a lot of people do anymore. They got, if you don't have 10 treatment centers, you're not trying, or, nobody wants to hear your story or whatever.
Or they just try and put you on something you don't need to be on, and it's a revolving door.
Exactly.
And a lot of places sadly think of people as insurance numbers instead of people, or be able to relate to the experience.
Exactly.
And not even technically, because they haven't had that experience, they might not even know any better how to properly help you the best that they could.
Exactly.
They know from a book standpoint.
Yeah.
But they don't know from I took this and this is exactly what this is doing to this person at this time.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want somebody like that to teach me.
Right.
Because we've had people that come in that had, I don't want to say this was the right thing to do, but they came in as a college graduate, no recovery, no nothing, didn't even take one thing in their life, and they know how to do this certain thing. And one of our people that I hung out with at the houses, he raised his hand. He goes, "Are you sober? How long's your clean time?" They're like, "I don't have clean time. I never had to be sober." He got up and left, and we all did.
Right.
Because I'm sorry that happened, but I want to be taught by somebody who knows what I went through.
Right.
That's the best.
Yeah, or at least the ones I find the best are ones that have done it themselves or have a family member.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of people in the field that are great because of an uncle, a husband, a wife, a son, a kid, a daughter, like a niece, someone very close to them. Or some are actually really good from a friend. Like, like literally, like I lost so I'm actually doing the Run for Recovery for Shepherd's House in July, who I work with now doing social media. And it's, you run for a cause.
Oh, wow.
I'm running for Justin Gaynor, my best friend that died in that car accident when I was 19, which got me in that whole spiral. Right. So it's like, there's also ways to honor people.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great thing to do, to honor people who are felon. It's something we all should do, because it's almost like a revolving door in recovery. And it's sad because you could...
you need the spiritual solution.
Yes, you need the spiritual.
Like you need to be connected to some kind of fellowship. Mm-hmm. You need to be connected to God, and you also need to be with other like-minded, sober people. Right? You
can't do it
like
yourself.
You don't just literally get dropped off.
No.
If you have even 2 years sober, you don't just not do anything. Oh, I'm not going to go to meetings. I'm not going to pray. I'm not going to meditate. I'm not going to go to church. I'm not going to hike. I'm not going to work out. I'm not going to, like if you're not working on yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically, like a trifecta.
Yes.
Then good luck.
Yeah,
you're not staying sober. Yeah, you're dry drunk,
you're dry
or
drunk.
You're white knuckling sobriety.
Yeah, you're white knuckling, and that's not a place you want to be in.
So you got a couple years. Mm-hmm. Congrats. What are you doing now, man? Tell them all the cool stuff you're doing now, quick.
Oh, wow. Where do I even start? Like I told you, I got too many things. No, just kidding. Right now, I'm editing, producing podcasts. Okay. So right now, I got Humble Heartbeat Speaks as a podcast. It's a recovery recovery and sobriety podcast. We talk about books and authors too. They have a book publishing company as well.
Okay.
So I produce and edit that. They come to the studio I have in Ohio, but now we're doing it on computer now.
Right.
But if they ever wanted to come in person, we can do that too. So
Right.
I do that. I call it Second Chance Studios.
Okay.
Because I had a second chance at life.
Nice.
So I'm looking for clients, to whoever wanted to start a podcast, don't know where to start, or
Okay.
just need somebody to edit their stuff. I can do audio and video. I'm set up with that at home. So I've done a few other people's too, like The People I Know is a good podcast. He's out of Florida. I've helped him with his, and A Cup of Joe podcast. A Cup of Joe. He's in recovery as well, so that's a really
Okay.
good
So you're
podcast.
helping other people with their podcast.
Exactly.
Nice.
So I do like Premiere Pro stuff like that, After Effects, Adobe.
Right.
I have a book
Yeah,
out.
Adobe All Apps is great, man.
dude, I
Creative
love
Cloud,
Adobe.
that's like the best thing I got into 5 years ago.
It saves my life.
Yeah. It gave me a new life.
Yeah,
Like
it
I didn't
really-
know how to do any of this stuff
Yeah,
5 years ago.
exactly.
I didn't know how to make a reel. I didn't know how to upload
No.
a video, a YouTube, a Facebook. I sure as heck wasn't on social media trying to incriminate myself as a drug dealer selling 50 pounds of weed a week and coke. I ain't on social media.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like basically from 21 till now, everything's new.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like that just
That's how
shows
it is
though
for
with
me.
consistency, grind, persistence, determination.
You can do it.
You can do it, man. With
Yeah.
God, you can do anything. God will open any door.
Exactly. That's how I see it too. I would not be here without God. Seriously, I would not, because He gave me the ideas to do things. I was trying to make T-shirts at one time. That's not going anymore. I still have the printer, so I'm trying to sell that. If anybody wants a pro-colored GITT Up printer, I'm selling that. But right now, I'm in edits, so I like doing editing for people, producing podcasts for people. I got a book out. It's called Surviving Addiction, One Day at a Time.
Nice.
I wrote
Okay.
that a couple of years back. That's published now through Amazon.
Bring me a copy.
I'm going to send you one because
Okay.
I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
I
I was
wish
gonna say I'll
did.
read it.
I'm definitely going to give you a copy. I'll just send you one.
Yeah, and we'll. So if they want to get it, give them all your plugs, give them the
Okay.
social medias, give them the way to buy your book.
Okay, so my social media is pretty much just Ty Howell. You can find me on Facebook. It has one of the blue check marks on it.
Verified.
But to be verified. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, all of them. IG, TikTok, Ty Howell. I think 08 is my TikTok one. But I'll give you all the things for them so people can see.
Yeah. When I post the podcast, I'll put all the links in it for you.
So yeah,
in the show notes.
I'm always busy I'm always on social media. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on.
So what's your
through them.
Facebook? What's your Instagram? What's your YouTube?
I forget what my stuff is, honestly.
Is it all Ty Howell?
I think it's all just Ty Howell. Yeah.
Okay.
Just look up Ty
Perfect.
Howell, and so I'm kind of just trying to follow you, really.
Oh, bro.
You got this awesome thing going on, and that's exactly where I want to be. This is like my dream job right here. Is where he's sitting right there.
He wants to be Coop.
Yeah, I want to be Coop. That'd be amazing.
Right.
Oh,
Coop's the man.
but no, dude, this is.
Well,
I would love
all
to get you on my podcast.
I will let you be Coop if you can get Coop to say something.
You will let me be Coop if I can get Coop to say something.
Yeah.
Does he not say nothing at
Yeah,
all?
well, you got Coop's job if you can get Coop to say something while on this podcast.
Hey, Coop. Hey, did you watch that new Steven Spielberg movie? You didn't? You didn't? You swear? How's our podcast going? Is it going good?
Oh, he'll sign language you, but
Yeah,
you
you'll
ain't
sound
gonna
like
hear him talk.
You're not going to say nothing?
Yo, but I appreciate you coming on the show,
Dude,
man. I appreciate
so
you being
much.
real and transparent. I appreciate you traveling the distance,
Dude,
and your
absolutely.
story will help somebody, bro. Because the whole point is, like we were talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's story is different. Everybody can reach somebody else that has
Exactly.
the exact same, So I'm sure there's a lot of people that got into drugs into college,
Yeah.
and struggled with that and didn't get out of it till their late 30s.
Exactly.
So I'm proud of you.
Dude, thank you for this opportunity. Like this is, so I come from a village. So I remember filling out the paper for you. I forget what.
Oh, the GitUppPodcast.com website.
And I said,
Anybody who wants to be a guest, make sure you follow
Yeah,
and
it
apply.
works.
GITT Up podcast.com. You want to book me for social media consulting. You want to book me to motivational speaking, anything. You want to be a guest. You want to sponsor an episode. You want to buy some of the GITT apparel that you're going to see, that you always see me wearing. You're going to see my man wearing in a second.
Absolutely.
Check it out.
Yeah,
but,
dude, seriously, this is it, man. You're a good dude. You really are. A lot of people probably take those, whatever you call them, and throw them away, you know. But when you sent me back a message, I literally about had a heart attack. Dude, this is awesome, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
I'm not nobody, man. I'm just somebody that got out of my own way and let God do something.
Hey, man, that's and you're so humble about it too. It's so awesome.
Well, I try and be confident, not arrogant, right? Because it's like, I know I've done a lot. I know I'm like super motivated and whatnot, but I don't ever want to come across the wrong way. But I mean, you're always going to have people that, you know, support you.
Yeah.
And what I find is it's never your best friends, right? It's never the people you've known your whole life. It's people that'll drive 7 hours from Ohio that are a fan of you, love what you're doing, want to be on your show. It's people in a different country. Hey, because of you, like we were talking about, my son has 60 days sober because he saw one of your reels or that's what keeps me going.
Me too.
That's like, you know, I'll get to the point to where like, I don't even want to edit nothing. I don't want to even push this button no more. I'm done. And then I'll get a message like somebody's literally like, life has changed because of a reel I made 2 years ago. I'm like, that's what's amazing.
I get I'll get those too. Like I know how you feel. You're in editing mode. Like you've been cranking for hours. You're like, oh, my back's killing me. Like my eyes need a break. And then you get a message or something from somebody, and you're like, oh, like I'm back in it again.
Right. Well, and consistency, right? I'm trying to get to a goal. Well, if I stop, that messes everything up I'm working for. That's why the slogan that I couldn't remember, every Thursday without missing a beat on the YouTube channel.
Got to.
4 p.m., new episodes. 5 a.m., audio, Spotify, Apple, everything. Make sure you guys tune in. Every guest that come on the show, we give them an item of GITT apparel. I got something for you, Ty.
Right on.
Boom.
Oh, what is it?
We got the black and white.
Dude.
Inspire to be better.
I love merch, man. That is awesome. Dude, that's sick.
Get with the program. Don't get left behind. If I
can buy one.
Well, you don't got to now. Dude. You're a guest on the show, so you get one.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Inspired to be better.
So you guys already know the drill. You like people like Ty and myself, CEOs, entrepreneurs, creators, and comeback stories, which are the ones I really love. Make sure you tune in every Thursday without missing a beat. We are there. Thursdays, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Get there. Get with the program. Don't get left behind.